Hey everyone, my name is Zane Hasnain. I'm a Python developer, ML enthusiast, and now co-director of VT Hacks. I've been involved in hackathons for several years now, and they really helped to get me started when I was in the beginning of my CS career. So I first got interested in computer science around middle school when I attended my computer skills class, and I learned about programming and website making. The topics we learned, though, were pretty rudimentary, but I really enjoyed the act of learning how computers work. And I've also always had an interest in games, and I actually started programming on my own with GameMaker to create games. Later in high school, I joined the Technology Student Association, which holds yearly engineering competitions. And there I competed in the video game design and software development categories, and I really grew to love the act of competition. Afterwards, I became the president of the Future Business Leaders of America organization at our school, and I learned how to lead teams and apply that knowledge for my technical pursuits, which has really come in handy. Overall, at my school, we had a pretty lackluster CS program. Only one or two classes really taught CS, and they were a bit mediocre. So I decided to start the first programming club at our school, and while researching club activities, I discovered hackathons. So my first event was Hackathon, a hackathon focused on smart cities at George Washington University. My team consisted of myself, two friends, and a student at George Washington University who I still keep in touch with, actually. I learned a lot at the event, and we were able to actually win the Best Project Using ML award. And after my first hackathon at Hackathon, I was hooked, and I started attending many more hackathons in college. And after some time, I really started to give back to the community by hosting workshops, mentoring, and judging at different events. I learned a lot about leadership and communication, especially in a virtual setting due to COVID. Later on, I joined the VT Hacks organization at my university, and we worked to transition the event into a virtual format because of COVID. Our hackathon ended in February, and now I'm working as the co-director of VT Hacks. Today, I've supported 30 plus hackathons as an attendee, mentor, judge, and an organizer. I have faced quite a few challenges in my education and in CS. As a first generation student, I faced a lot of challenges with navigating education, especially with navigating aspects of college and learning things that aren't necessarily intuitive to people that have parents who went to college. And learning how to program really helped me to learn better independently. And project-based learning was a lot more suited to my personal learning preferences. And computer science as a whole is a field with a wide range of roles and skills. Programming is useful in most fields, from creating mobile apps to creating prosthetic limbs to exploring space even. If there's a topic you're interested in, it's highly likely that programming is involved. I've always enjoyed the learning growth of programming. You could do anything from a simple hello world to making a website, to even creating AI, which I have done quite a bit now. There's a lot of resources online, and the information itself has pretty minimal barriers. And with all the online communities, a lot more ways now to go from an idea or an interest to creating an actual prototype. Another thing I enjoy about the learning process is learning by doing. I started programming by developing games and looking at tutorials, not necessarily by reading textbooks on concepts, but applying them to a topic that I enjoyed. Even things like reading documentation are enjoyable to me because, unlike textbook work, it's quick to apply and see how those functions operate. If everyone is interested in programming but isn't confident in their programming skills or their computer skills, and they don't know where to start, I would recommend looking up an enjoyable hobby or topic and see how programming plays a part, especially with easy to learn languages like Python. It's pretty quick to spin up cool projects and just see how the code works. A lot of people I've met have been hesitant to get into programming due to being bad at math, but I can tell you so many programmers that I know who are terrible at math and calculus. If anything, I would personally say that writing, problem solving, and designing are much more important skills to the fundamentals of programming. So if you're looking to get CS, it's really just a Google search away, and you'd be surprised at what you can find. And diversity in CS is really important due to the many perspectives programmers from different backgrounds have. It's important in any field, but also especially in CS due to having to solve complex problems and tackling issues that have a wide impact or affect diverse groups. Diversity of thought is really important when it comes to finding potential problems in your code and finding improvements in your software. For example, let's say you make a simple program to find the sum of the numbers that you type in. For you, it might work fine completely, but maybe another person actually spells out the number with letters, and then your program crashes because it doesn't know what to do. So it may not have crossed your mind, but the different perspective is essential to creating a product that has users of all different backgrounds and technical skills in mind. So yeah, it's been great speaking to you here. This campaign is great and it allows people like myself to share stories of how we got into CS and the importance that it holds. My hope is that our stories can encourage others from all kinds of backgrounds to get involved in CS, and for people like myself giving these talks, I hope that we can connect. Feel free to connect on LinkedIn with me, Zane Hasnain. And if anyone knows of open opportunities, especially internships, I'd love to hear about them. Thanks.